friends that I met in India who will get a chance to watch this on YouTube. Hi, I love you, I see you, namaste. And then I want to anchor us in prayer. And so I say, Father, Mother God, right here and right now, we stop. We let go of all the fear and all the doubt and all the worry and all the pain and all the strife and all the ways in which we think we are not enough, that we didn't do enough, and we stop and we stand. We take a stand for love. We take a stand for the inner strength. We take a stand for the moment that is right here, right now, that reminds us to remember who and what we really are, why we're here, what our purpose is right here and right now. Each and every one of these individualized expressions of the divine light hears what they need to hear, feel what they need to feel, and knows the absolute truth. No matter when they see it in time and space, only right now it happens. And right now transformation is taking place. This is what I know. And in the name that is the only name that I call Christ consciousness, I say thank you. And I allow this word to be, and so it is. So it is. So this is an incredible time. This is an incredible time. But before we even start talking about this incredible time, I have a confession to make. It's been hard coming back after being in India. For a multitude of reasons. Because India is beautiful, it's magical, the people are mystical, the food is incredible, the colors are amazing. And having an opportunity to break free from everything that life has, the monotony, the grind, was amazing. But that's not why it was hard to come back. The reason it's been hard to come back, and I'll be as transparent as I could possibly be, is because I've been a little bit of a mess. I've been a little bit of a mess because I'm trying to figure out how to build this spiritual community, how to create a space where everyone grows, where people get to transform, and I have to remember that I'm in that group. Which is why the topic today is the real journey begins within. Before I could even go to India, before I could even go anywhere, I had to stop and say, what is it you really want, Erika? What is it you want your life to be about? And are you willing to sacrifice all of the ways and all of the things that people think you should have or should do in order for what is real and what's true to come through you? Sometimes the answer was yes, and sometimes the answer was no. And there have been moments recently, as in recently like last night, where I was less than stellar, less than reverend. But that's all right, because life happens. In this life, we don't necessarily try to pretend that everything is good and magical and mystical and sprinkle spiritual fairy dust over everything. We are reminded of Jesus the Christ, who came in the world in physical form, whether you believe that literally or figuratively or metaphysically. He came in, and there were moments when he was less than stellar too. But he allowed himself to be. He allowed himself to be angry. He allowed himself to be hurt. He allowed himself to be whoever he was, his humanity. And then he sought to transcend that by knowing his divinity. And that's what I want to talk about today. Knowing your humanity and accepting your divinity. Now, there are moments in our lives when it's not easy to see yourself as divine. There are moments in our lives when it's not easy to see the other, whoever that other may be, whether it's a partner, whether it's a family, whether it's a job. It's not easy to see it as divine in the moment when you're in crisis, in the moment when you're in pain, in the moment when they say something or do something that feels like it's ripping your heart out. But that is exactly the moment when you have to lean in. You have to lean in and you say, in substance, God, this is the moment I was afraid of my whole life. The moment when I didn't think I was going to be enough. The moment when I didn't think I was smart enough or rich enough or spiritual enough. The moment when I didn't think I would know what to do and everybody saw that I made a mistake. The moment when I said the worst awful thing and I can't take it back. It's in those moments that you have to accept your divinity. Now that's the spiritual work. That's the real journey. To be able to go within your own soul and say, who am I really? Not what have I done? Because we all have behaviors. We all have ways in which we operate in the world, coping mechanisms, ways in which we've dumbed ourselves down or confined ourselves in order to get along.
Yeah.
In order to be okay. We've all done that.
We will have.
But it's all right. It's all right. Because after that comes the divinity. After that comes the deeper awareness, the consciousness that I am more than this. That's the spiritual work. We think about it's springtime and our children today are planting seeds. They're planting seeds into soil and they get to take them home and they wrote little affirmations that they're going to say to the flower every day until it grows. And it's a beautiful thing. We're that seed. Within us is everything we could ever need to be the fullest that we could possibly be. That you didn't come here missing something. You didn't come here without enough strength. You didn't come here without enough courage. You didn't come here without enough of anything. You came here with everything.
Right.
Imbued in body. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to pray a certain prayer to have it. It's already within you. What we're doing here is creating the conditions so that seed can break open. So that your life can literally break down so that you can break through. And I'm telling you, it will break down. The structures and the ways in which we have set our life up have to break down if we're going to be who and what we really want to be. I'm telling you from personal experience. It has to happen. And that's all right. We're not afraid of that. We're not afraid of that. We say, come on, bring it. I'm not saying I said that. But I am saying that that's what we, in substance, bring it. Show me what it is I have the potential of being. You're planted here, on this planet, on this earth, at this time, with these issues, with these challenges, so that you can break through to become more your real self. That's what it means to wake up. That's what it means to break through. That's what it means to break out. And my guess is, I've never talked to a seed, it probably doesn't necessarily feel good, right? It doesn't always feel good when the old structures and ways of being and the ways in which we cope start to fall away. As a matter of fact, it hurts like heck. I cleaned up my language. And that's all right. Because you're going to surround yourself with people and with situations and environments. You're going to learn new music. You're going to read different books. You're going to see different films. You're going to get out there in nature. You're going to look at art. And it's all going to remind you that you can do this. You are this. That's why we give you a flower. Because it is to remind you of the nature of who and what you are. That's why you're here. Really. Is to remember, to reconnect yourself with the absolute divineness of what you really are.
That's right.
That's it. We come here to wake up, to remind each other, uh-oh, you've fallen asleep. You've fallen under that hypnotic spell that you're bad, or you're not good, or you should have done this, or why didn't you do that? You've fallen asleep, and we're here to wake you up again. And now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when you're in a really good sleep, like a really deep sleep, and somebody comes and wakes you up, you're not really kind. For this month is strength. I'm not talking about the strength that you need in order to, lift up 80 pounds, although Shay would probably say that's really the strength we all need. 80-pound weights, that's all good. I'm talking about the strength to see yourself through crisis. I'm talking about the strength to see yourself through conflict. I'm talking about the strength to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake with what I said. It's not what I meant. That's the kind of strength that you have. It is in your DNA. It's what you came here with. The ability to push up and through anything that feels like it is pressing you down. You have that right here, right now. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to turn a year older. You don't have to read another help self recognize and to become aware of the truth of who we really are. This is what the good news is today. Is that this, right here, right now, is the moment when everything changes. This is a game changer. You know, there's a saying that's popular right now. It's, the struggle is real. That's going all around it. And I heard this saying, and I was like, well, now, why would we want to keep talking about that? You know, I want to challenge us. Instead of saying the struggle is real, how about the strength is real? How about the love is real? How about the clarity is real? How about the joy is real? Why can't we affirm that? Hashtag something good is real. That's what I'm talking about today. Which is why we say, change your thinking, change your life. Amen. And then right here and right now, we're taking the moment to amplify our thinking. We're taking the moment to magnify this consciousness. All God is consciousness. All that you are is awareness in form and density. Yes. That's why we're talking about it. That's why the overarching theme this month is that. What are you magnifying in your life? What are you making bigger? Are you making your problems bigger? Struggle is real, hashtag, blah, blah, blah. Are you making your joy bigger? Are you making your prosperity bigger? Are you making infinite possibility bigger? That's what we want to do here today. That's our starting point. That's not even the end point. The starting point is to begin to shift our thinking. Shift our thinking to what is real and what is true. Now, I can suggest this is true, but I want to ask you, I want to challenge you, I want to beg you, I want to beseech you to find your own truth. You are spiritual leaders. You wouldn't be sitting here if you weren't. You'd be someplace where they were telling you what to think, how to think, when to think. Right. What I challenge you to do is to think independently of situations and circumstances. Think independently of what you've been told. Think independently of the facts of your life. Now, wait a minute. That's not easy. Because when the ATM prints out that bank slip, it seems very true that that's what the bank said. That must be what's in there. I know. That may be the fact, but it's not the truth. That's right. There's a difference there. People thought the world was flat. They said it was a fact. It was not true. But whole communities, for hundreds of years, people thought the world was flat. They thought that if you sail to the end, you just fall off. That was a fact. But we know now, as we mature, as we grow, as we develop, as we evolve, we can see the absolute truth. And that's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to go home, look in the mirror, get in your closet, get in your bed, do whatever you need to do, write it in your journal, the truth. Because when you forget, and I promise you, you will forget, you can look back. What is true? And then that's where we start to look at the evidence. We start to give ourselves an opportunity when we start getting fuzzy. When we start getting fuzzy about what is true, look at the evidence. And when I say look at the evidence, I can tell you from my personal experience, real talk, my personal experience is that there have been times when I'm not sure what is true. And so I have to walk myself back. Okay, what is the evidence? What is the evidence to support or substantiate what you're saying that you're not enough? Or that God's not going to guide you or take care of you or show you what you need to do in order to provide for yourself? Do you have one instance, Erika Forbes, when that didn't happen? When God didn't show up at the right time in the right way with the right amount? Amen. If you can say, if I can point to one time when I didn't get what I needed, I could hold on to that. But I have to be honest with each and every one of you. There has not been a single time in my life that I could say, God didn't guide me. God didn't give me what I needed, when I needed it, at the right time, in the right way, from the right person. Not a single time in my entire life. So I have no evidence, not one moment, if I'm real with myself. And if I'm standing right here, and I can guarantee you, if you're sitting right here, whatever crisis you went through, somehow you got through it because you wouldn't be sitting here right now. So you probably have a ton of evidence to support the truth that you will that you are always enough, that you will always be guided and directed, that you will always know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. You have evidence to prove it, so you don't have to listen to the facts. They will change. You get paid on Friday, so your ATM, it's different. They will change. But we start from a place of I am. I am enough. We magnify that. We amplify that. We start by going within. We take a deep excavating look at ourselves. All right, well, there's some things you probably need to change. We're honest with ourselves, and we don't have to hide from that. There's some things that we're not good at. There's some things we don't do well. There's some things we probably shouldn't have said. We get real with ourselves. We take that journey, and then we say, God, divine spirit, infinite intelligence, Mother Nature, whatever words you want to call it, guide me, direct me, do for me what I can't do for myself. Show me the way, because I don't know. If I knew it, I would have done it. That's the journey within. That's the journey within, but that takes strength. It takes strength to look at yourself, honestly, and say, well, this isn't so good, but this is excellent. It takes strength to look at yourself honestly, and to be able to say, I'm willing, I'm available, I'm open. That is our whole role here, so that we can show up and remind each other of the gloriousness in which we are. That's our point and purpose here on earth. Sometimes we forget. We think our point and purpose is to pay our bills and then die.
Yeah.
No. Not you, not here, not now. You're waking up to the truth. Whatever it is you did, you've done it. It's over. The key here is, what are you going to do now? Who are you going to be now? How are you going to show up for yourself? How are you going to show up for your loved ones? Can you show up in a place that is real and authentic? Can you be brave enough? Can you have enough strength within yourself to be emotionally available to the people that you love, even when they've hurt you? That's the question. I'm asking it of you because I ask it of myself. I'm asking it of you because I know that the answer will guide and direct you. I'm asking it of you because I know that within you have the strength to ask yourself hard questions, to listen deeply through meditation for the answers. I'm asking it of you because we need you. We need each and every one of you to wake up to the divinity that is within you, because you've got something to do, you've got something to be, you've got some people that you need to remind. Valerie needs to remind us through her song. Erika needs to remind us through her spoken word. Everybody has some gift, some talent, something they are here to share and give, and if you don't share it, your heart will be permanently broken. This is the work. This is the work this month, to magnify and amplify the absolute truth. This is the work, to take the deep journey within, to do that excavation, to use those spiritual tools, to fellowship with other people who can remind you of the absolute truth, not the facts. You already know those. You can also use this month to push yourself up through the muck and mire called your life and shine forth as beautiful flowers that you really, really are.
Amen.
I'm so grateful to be here with each and every one of you. I can't possibly express it.